And here we go. 2 lights, 3, 4, and 5. And it's lights out. And away we go down the straight here. And here we go. And it'll be Dark Jr. going into turn 1, leading the pack. Fraser and Neox battling away as Fraser gets the better of Neox, and Ella is just up the inside, the back of him. And so far, Dark has managed to keep his lead over Neox and Fraser has moved up above, next to his teammate now, above Neox. Neox dropping down to P3 as the Red Bulls are taking this race away. Neox is able to stay with them. That DRS is helping him stay with the pack, as Fraser burning a bit of battery on the exit of Parabolica, and Fraser will make a move on his fellow teammate Dark Jr. down the start finish straight and into turns 1 and 2. And now as we round Parabolica, it looks like Neox looked for a move down the inside of Parabolica. Not a wise one, but he tried. And it looks as though Fraser is still leading, but his teammate will get DRS now. And Neox is staying with them. And we've had an accident. What's gone on? It looks as though Bratty Terror has had a bit of an error, maybe. And he is gone into the pits. I think he's got wing damage. Got a 5-second penalty for being in the pit lane as well. And I've missed the drama. Fraser dropped from P1 down to P3. And Neox has moved up into P2. Slow down Neox and work together to keep him out of the DRS of Dark Jr. And around the outside, Neox goes. He makes the move stick. If that was me, I would have waited till the main straight. But he's decided he's not waiting around for nobody. And now we see House. Someone goes wide. It's Dark Jr. He's lost out on time to Neox now, as Fraser will go past him, and all that commotion has let Neox drive off a little bit into the distance. If he plays his cards right now, he is well within his right to win this Grand Prix, and Dark Jr. made a mistake. And Fraser and Dylan go into a brisk into Parabolica now. Side by side, wheel to wheel, Dark Jr. goes ahead of his teammate Fraser. They're battling away. I wonder whose side he's on. But Dark Jr. down the inside of Neox, going into turn 1. Beautiful move from Dark Jr. He has retaken the lead of this Grand Prix here at Monza. And Neox is able to stay with him at the moment. We've had another yellow flag. I wonder what's gone on. Has Bratty Terror made another error again? We have a safety car. Heth is out, so an error with Heth has caused a safety car, and that's caused a bit of a ruckus. And all of a sudden, Bratty Terror, who pitted for the hards, might actually have somewhat of a chance in this race, because he will now be able to undercut everybody, because they will most likely go into the pits at the end of this lap, and Bratty Terror might have had a genius play. And away we go. Neox has ignited those engines. Them pistons will be pumping now, and Neox might just be able to keep P1 going into turn 1, as Dark Jr. looks for a move down the inside of turn 1. He makes it stick, but Neox isn't going anywhere. Oh wait, yes he is. And we've had another accident into turn 1. What's happened there? It's the Haas of BMRL Optic and MWAT may have collided going into turn 1 there. BMRL Optic looks like he's not taking any damage as JP Hughes gets past MWAT. MWAT peels into the pits. He might have taken damage there, and we will see if he has, as Neox gets past Dark Jr. and Dark Jr. drops down to P4. What happened to Dark? And now both Alfa Romeos take away the positions from Dark Jr., who has now dropped down to P5, and maybe, just maybe, Matty 1 of 2 will be setting his sights on Dylan. Oh, and I think Dylan went a little bit wide there. Matty 1 of 2 ballsing his way past Dylan as he goes around the outside, and he secures the place going into Ascari. Beautiful lines there through Ascari as Neox using a little bit more of the curb on the exit there, just trying to maximise his speed through the back straight, as now Neox is flashing. He was below 10%, and Fraser will know that. Fraser has the battery over Neox. He will have the DRS, and I think this is a given that Fraser is going to go get the overtake done on the Mercedes of Neox, and away Fraser goes, cooking without his teammate. We have a yellow flag. We have BMRL Optics spinning out in Parabolica. Has he got damage though? I cannot see from this angle. It looks as though his car is okay for the meantime. He's staying out. But Bratiterra peels into the pits. I wonder, has Bratiterra got damage? House has gone past Neox and took P1 from Neox. And this is a battle for P1, a four-way battle for P1. But let's not leave Matty 102 out of this. He's still in this battle. It's more of a five-way battle. And Matty 102 now will be gaining his time that he loses throughout the lap on Dark Jr. As long as he can stay with him, Dark Jr. will not have a chance at a podium this race if he cannot build a gap. House has now closed the gap to Neox, which is looking dangerous. The DRS flaps of the Alfa Romeo will open, and it looks as though House will have a really good chance to overtake. It's a double overtake. It's 3 wide going into turn 1. They back out. Very, very smart move. The last thing we want to see is a collision. And Dark and House take P1 and 2. But guess what? They've both got penalties. If they can't shake the guys ahead behind them, then they will drop down out of the podium. Fraser gaining a place over Neox. House dropping down. It's almost 3 wide going into turn 1. The two Red Bulls now back to their original standings, P1 and P2. And this is a very, very close battle. It's a 5-way battle. It's incredible to watch. This is insane. But these penalties are really going to cause a bit of a stir towards the end of this Grand Prix. We have three or four laps remaining now. And the gaps are not budging. Because Dark is going to get slowed down by the constant battling away with his teammate. It might ruin his Grand Prix. But Fraser right down past the teammate of Dark Jr. and House goes past Neox after that fatal mistake. And he goes wide again. Neox will have the better exit. And he will push. Matty 102 trying to make a move around the outside of House here. He's not able to make the move stick, but he might make it stick going into the fast left-hander. It's to a brisk, but they back out. And Matty 102 able to capitalise on that battle there. As now look how close Matty 102 and House are together. Dark Jr. will have to pull away around about 4 seconds in 2 laps time. But it will be 1 lap because they are coming around Parabolica as we go on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. And Dark Jr. races past his teammate now. There is only one more opportunity now for Fraser to get the move done on his teammate. But it isn't going to matter because all Fraser's got to do is just sit behind him. Matty 102 so far is looking like he might just be able to get P3. We will see what it looks like by the end of this lap. Can Matty 102 make up for all them times in Tier 2? And Dark has been unable to pull away from House. Neox is closing the gap. But there's no more chances now. This is it. Who will come out on top? I am very, very eager to see. As Fraser will now have the DRS over Dark. He will burn his battery. Dark is burning as well. House and Neox go past each other. That will enable Matty 102 to close the gap a little bit more. As we know that Matty 102 is much faster through Ascari. And the gap has closed even more. There, everybody is flashing. It's like Christmas, but who's going to get the ultimate present? As Dark Jr. rounds Parabolica, but he will not be the winner of the race. Bratiterra goes past BMRL Optic, able to do it on the last lap. Dark Jr. is going to drop down. Where will he drop down to? Fraser takes P1. Neox in P2. Matty 102 able to take home a P3 finish. Dark Jr. drops all the way down to P4. And House will take P5. His teammate Ella in P6. So far, it looks like Bratiterra will take home P7. Oh, pardon me. And BMRL Optic crashing into the wall, but finishing the race at least. He takes P8. JP Hughes and Mwat are the next across the line. And it looks as though it's going to be JP Hughes in P9 and Mwat in P2. What an incredible race that was.